and automakers are scrambling to find a solution to the problem. Today, we'll examine how General Motors will fail and whether Ford has any hope of surviving. Welcome back to Everything, everyone, and hello. Tesla shares. This year has been an intriguing one for automakers. On one hand, we have GM, which appears to be collapsing under the weight of diminishing sales and rising debt, and on the other, Tesla, which continues to record absolutely inconceivable gross numbers and seems impervious to any economic uncertainty. Ford and General Motors will go bankrupt, according to ARK Investments CEO Cathie Wood, a fervent admirer of Tesla. According to the investing expert, managing these organizations over the next 5 to 10 years will be extremely challenging. If Tesla is the first to succeed in autonomous vehicles in the United States, I believe they may have to merge with another company or risk going bankrupt, which indicates that we are starting to believe that Tesla will not only take the largest share of the electric vehicle market, but that it may also take 20 to 25% of the entire auto market in the next 5 years. Howard Securities' Daniel Ives, MD, senior research analyst, does not accept any of General Motors' explanations for its second quarter profits underperformance. Following the release of mixed Q2 data, the automaker shares recently experienced a more than 4% decline. For GM, it's time to start acting rather than just talking. He issued a warning to GM, saying that if it didn't change its supply chain or product strategy, the company's EV strategy may be derailed. Due to GM's supply chain problems and chip shortages, which continue to cause mayhem for automakers worldwide, the company's net income fell by 40% on 23.24, which caused investors and analysts to lose faith. In order to counteract the pressure from inflation, the corporation has announced that it is already making adjustments, including slowing down hiring and reducing other expenses. Similar displeasure with GM's performance has been stated in a number of different evaluations. Some have even prophesied that the multinational carmaker will fail and go bankrupt, especially with so many government loans hanging around its neck. There are numerous challengers to EV guru in terms of Dow GM's capacity to convert into an EV powerhouse. Some responders even questioned GMC CEO Mary Barra's repeated statements that her business will surpass Tesla in the future years in light of Tesla's ability to outperform despite a chip shortage. Wall Street's expectations for GM in the short term have been lowered by the prolonged chip shortage, commodity inflation, and increased interest rates. Additionally, the reassessment of GM's stock implies lower short-term expectations. The fascinating portion comes next. According to GM, it intends to create 2 million EVs in 2025, including 1 million in North America and the wildly popular microelectric car in China. Someone else, however, thinks that GM won't reach that goal because lithium and other battery elements are in low supply. Investors don't seem to be very patient with GM's delayed EV rollout given the difficult market circumstances right now. In the first quarter of the year, GM sold only 457 EVs, including 99 Hummers, in the United States. Due to the Bolt's older platform than Ultium and subsequent big battery recall in 2016, the remaining 358 were Bolt sedans and SUVs, which have now resumed production. The locally built completely electric vehicle from GM won't be plagued by these battery issues. However, GM's strategic choice to fully forgo the Bolt and create a single adaptable platform to handle its entire portfolio, from passenger cars to pickup trucks, had a big impact on the EV race. Ford may go bankrupt during the next recession, despite having a sizable consumer base and a sizable dealer network, according to Tesla CEO Elon Musk in a previous interview. There have been numerous attempts to start a vehicle firm, just like Chrysler and GM did, and they have all failed, even when they had large customer bases, a large number of dealers, and service facilities. They did, however, file for bankruptcy during the last recession. According to Musk, there is a high probability that Ford won't survive the upcoming crisis. Ford and Tesla barely survived the previous recession. Despite the fact that Tesla has frequently been contrasted with well-known automakers, many people think the business will never surpass them. Tesla sold $5.1 billion worth of cars in the first 3 months of last year, significantly less than GM's $32.7 billion and Ford's $34.3 billion. With car sales hitting $16.9 billion in the first quarter of this year, compared to GM's $36 billion and Ford's $34.5 billion, Tesla began to close the gap. Tesla's revenue still lags Ford and GM by around 50%, but if it keeps increasing auto sales at the same clip, it might be able to catch up. According to analysis, This might be possible in the next 2 to 3 years. What does this mean for investors and EV manufacturers like Tesla? Watch to find out more. In contrast to GM's sales, which rose by roughly 11%, and Ford's sales, which decreased by 5%, Tesla's vehicle sales climbed by 87% during the first quarter of the year. Both GM and Ford are unlikely to continue growing at this rate, and Ford is unlikely to continue losing sales. Over the previous 10 years, both businesses have quarterly expectations, with only a few notable exceptions. The annual revenue has been steady at between $30 and $40 billion. To make a comparison, let's use a $35 billion vehicle sales benchmark to estimate when Tesla will be able to surpass these two industry heavyweights. Tesla's car sales will need to climb at a rate of 27.5 per year for the next 3 years in order to catch up in order to attain that level. Fortunately, Musk expressed optimism that the firm can actually continue to create vehicles at a 50-yearly gross rate for the foreseeable future during the company's Q1 conference call. If that rate continues, Tesla will surpass Ford and GM by 2024, considering that Tesla automobiles are typically far more expensive than those produced by Ford and GM. Generally speaking, it is easy to see how Tesla will surprise them and outperform them in sales, and if it does, Tesla's next goal could be incredible. Possibly 20 million units of cars produced annually. If Tesla does manage to sell 20 million units and hold a fifth of the global auto market, it will rank among the greatest business successes in recent times. If Tesla does manage to sell 20 million units and hold a fifth of the global auto market currently, it is challenging to become the world's top auto producer. Tesla operates through factories with a total 1.05 million car production capacity. Additionally, it has 2 facilities that are now in the early stages of ramp-up, and by doubling output, they will double Tesla's current vehicle manufacturing capacity. By 2025, Tesla will have comfortably surpassed GM in terms of sales, as Trees closed in on a 2 million vehicle yearly production capability. Tesla is experiencing a tremendous surge in output everywhere. Since announcing its Q2 financial results for the year, Tesla has updated its installed production capacity across all of its factories, indicating a sizable overall rise. It's for a factory that will have a 50,000 EVs, or around 10 for Model 3 and Model Y output, increase in annual production capacity. The 2 millionth vehicle produced at Vermont's Gigafactory, according to a recent Tesla announcement. Shanghai experienced the greatest improvement, going from 450,000 to 750,000 vehicles produced annually, making it the world's largest manufacturer for electric vehicles. While the Shanghai facility was shut down completely and then partially for the bulk of Q2, Tesla addressed this in his Q2 earnings, claiming that we closed the quarter with a record monthly production level. We will be able to continue to raise our production rate at the Texas site thanks to recent equipment enhancements. Tesla concedes that commencing car manufacturing with older battery packs allowed it to reach its current production capacity of over 250,000 vehicles yearly. In Texas, there are opportunities to increase production rates further. We've added flexibility to produce vehicles with either a structural battery pack or a legacy battery pack, and the next generation of 46A battery cells, according to the report. Vermont factories produced a record number of vehicles in Q2. Texas has installed equipment that is currently being put into service. Texas manufacturing output is still increasing. According to the article, Tesla disclosed a deployed manufacturing capacity for the Gigafactory, Berlin, of more than 250,000 units, but provided little other information on the plant. Due to its high production rate, Germany was able to make more than 1,000 models in a single week, employing 2170 cells. Progress around the end of Q2. The report also mentioned that production is anticipated to keep rising for the remainder of the year. Do you anticipate an improvement in Tesla's performance in the years to come? Let us know in the comments section, and if you're curious in what Tesla has been up to recently, click the next video that appears on your screen. Hello there.